2. What's up, squad? In this video, I'm going to be taking you through the 4 steps to faster fat loss. If your goal is burning off that excess body fat and building the body that you desire, this is the steps that I take literally every client that works with me through and has helped all of them see results. So step number 1 is figuring out where you're at. You got to figure out where you're getting started in order to figure out where you're trying to go. That's how GPS works, and your nutrition is going to work the same way. So figuring out where you're at, you're going to take the next 1 to 2 weeks to track your food. I recommend 2 weeks because that's going to take into account events, holidays, special occasions, days where you forget to eat, days where you go overboard on eating or go to a festival or something. Life. That's what the 2 weeks takes into account of. You're going to eat normally. Don't change anything about what you're eating just because you're seeing what you're putting into your body. When you're tracking your food, you can use a notebook like pen and pad. You can use apps like MyFitnessPal, or one that I personally use would be Cronometer. I like Cronometer a little better than MyFitnessPal because it comes with the barcode scanner for free. Once your 2 weeks of eating normally and tracking your food is done, then you can move into step number 2, which is metabolic restoration. In metabolic restoration, this is where we reset our metabolism in order to create balance. Now, you want to find your TDEE. That's your total daily energy expenditure. That's about how many calories your body burns on a regular basis in order to keep you alive. That's breathing, brain function, other internal organs. That TDEE is how much your body needs in order to be healthier. Now, let's say you tracked your food for 2 weeks, you figured out how many calories you're eating, how much proteins, carbohydrates, and fats you're intaking on a daily and weekly basis. You figure out that you're eating 1,800 calories. You can go to caloriecalculator.net, put in your information, and let's say it spits out you're supposed to be eating 2,800 calories. That's your TDEE. Oh, what do? Do you just jump up 1,000 calories and match it up? No, because that's not going to feel good on your stomach. You are going to adjust your diet, though. This is when things really start changing. If we're increasing the amount of food that we're eating, then you're only going to increase about 250 to 500 calories per week. The reason we keep that number a little bit lower is because you want to slowly bump up the food that you're eating, getting in a little extra protein. That's going to be a pro tip so that your body can adjust over time. Now, this process is not 1 to 2 weeks, not even 3 to 4 weeks. This could be several months that you're working on this, slowly increasing the amount of food that you're eating because you want to reset your metabolism. So that reset doesn't happen in an instant. It happens over time. You have to send the signal to your body that adjustments are happening so that it can adjust to your adjustments. So do not skip this step. You adjust your diet 250 to 500 calories. You'll feel a little full. And then once your body gets used to that food and you feel hungry again, you'll bump it up by another 250 to 500 calories until you hit your TDEE on a consistent basis. I would say 1 to 2 weeks being consistent. Do not skip this step. People skip this step and jump right ahead to the second half, and that's why people diet forever. That's why people get as low as 1,800, 1,200 calories, which is honestly enough for a toddler, but not enough for a grown adult, right? Because they want to skip right into step number 3. But if you go through step number 2, you will reset your metabolism. So that means your hormones are going to function at a higher level. Your metabolism is going to run more optimally, and that's going to allow you to naturally reduce your body fat percentage. You could even build a little more muscle because you've got more energy. It's going to improve your mood. So make sure we follow step number 2, metabolic restoration. But once you're done there, we get into the fun stuff. This is the fat loss accelerator. Once you are in step number 3, this is when we adjust our diet again in order to get rid of that excess body fat. Now, right up here, I wrote, don't relapse, because what worked in the past didn't last. The reason you're watching this video now is because you're looking for a way to take that body fat off and keep it off forever. So learn the new skill that is being taught here and implement it into your life for the rest of your life. So once you're going into your fat loss phase, you're going to reduce your food intake by about 10 to 20%. Back to our 2,800 calorie example, let's say you wanted to reduce by 10%, take it a little easy. That would be taking 280 calories from your 2,800. If you wanted to be a little more on the extreme side and go to 20%, that's 560. That's basically like our example when we were raising our food to get to our TDEE. When you reduce your intake, you're going to be tracking your body fat percentage and your muscle mass. That's your body composition, your muscle mass to body fat percentage. As your body fat percentage comes down, we want to watch our muscle to make sure it holds in place. If they do drop at the same time, you're going to pay attention to the numbers. Say you started at 50 pounds of muscle and you're at 35% body fat. You reduce your intake and you watch it for 2 weeks. When you come back on week 2, you see that your muscle has gone from 50 to 48 and your body fat percentage has gone from 35 to 32%. I would be okay with those numbers because your body fat percentage is more significant than the muscle mass. And a way that we can keep as much muscle on our body is going to be adding in some training. What should training look like? You're already in the squad, so you know that your training is about 5 to 6 days a week. Every workout has a specific muscle group that we're targeting, as well as some full body workouts to make sure that your whole body is worked out. Those of you that are not in the squad, should you hop on the treadmill, the Stairmaster, and do a couple hours there? Should you be lifting weights? It's not really cardio versus weights, it's cardio and weights, depending on what you enjoy. If you're a runner and you enjoy running, then keep your cardio in there, but you're gonna add in some weight training. If you lift a lot of weights, but you wanna increase your endurance, then maybe sprinkle in a little cardio into your training. Again, if you're in the squad, you have complete freedom to add the cardio to your workouts, as well as the training program. If you're really challenging yourself, you're gonna be getting that heart rate up. Now, the reason we wanna make sure that we're adding in not just training, but making sure that we're hitting our protein target is because that protein, those amino acids are gonna be the building blocks of your muscles. If you reduce your intake by 10 to 20%, and you add training in with progressive overload, that means your training gets slightly more difficult as the weeks progress so that your body is continuing to be challenged. You will hold on to the muscle that you have. You'll most likely put more muscle on, and you will create that toned or jacked look, which is reducing the amount of body fat that you have so that your biceps can blow out your shirt sleeves. Now, what happens when you track your food for 1 to 2 weeks, you go through metabolic restoration, you go through the fat loss accelerator? What do you do next? Step number 4, very simple. Make it a lifestyle. That is the goal of the squad, is to make all of the work that you do with your nutrition, your training, and your mindset, is to make it a lifestyle. Because once you get to step number 4, you did it. Congratulations, you made it. Not only do you get to have the cake, but you get to eat it too, because diets are temporary. You're not meant to be in a calorie deficit forever. You're meant to find your TDEE. You're meant to eat at your total daily energy expenditure, your metabolic balance. You're meant to be eating there always. Then, if you want to reduce a little body fat, you want to clean up your diet a little bit, then you go into a small fat loss phase because your metabolism is primed for a fat loss or muscle gain phase. You add in some training because we should be moving as humans. We're meant to be doing work. And that's supposed to be a lifestyle. We're supposed to be healthy beings. And that is my mission over here at the squad. Now, let me get off my rant and get back to the 4 steps. So you're making it a lifestyle. Diets are temporary. What should you do next though? Your TDEE has 100% changed because of the changes that you've made to your diet and your training. So what you'll do, you'll go back to the website, caloriecalculator.net, put in your new information, the new calories that you're eating, the new activity that you're doing, and it will spit out your new TDEE. You'll again adjust your diet about 250 to 500 calories up or down to get to that number. And then you just eat there for the rest of your life and you will have the body of your dreams. But let's say you want to maybe burn a little extra body fat. You'll look up your TDEE, eat at that maintenance for a couple of weeks, and then go back into your fat loss accelerator. We don't want to stay here again because your body's going to plateau. This is what a lot of people do. They go into the calorie deficit and then they go, man, I've been eating healthy. I've been eating less food for a year, 2 years, 3 years. I've been intermittent fasting for 5 years, but I just can't seem to get the weight off. It's because you got stuck here. You didn't go into step number 4, making it a lifestyle. You have to be continuously going through this cycle, right? You don't have to track where you're at all the time if you can go through it the first time. The next sessions that you go through, it will get easier. But you've got to listen to your body. If you feel like your energy is low, sleep quality is not that good, you're irritable, you feel like your strength really isn't there, you're not able to do what you normally could do, go through the cycle once again. And you're going to use your new skill of eating, of nutrition. So that is the 4 steps to faster fat loss. Squad, my hope is that you will watch this video several times, you'll take notes, you'll reference this video as you go through the 4 steps where you're at: metabolic restoration, fat loss accelerator, and making it a lifestyle. You'll check in with your coach to ask questions, to get help anywhere you need, and you'll continue to show up in the squad so that you can maintain the muscle that you have and build more as you progress through this journey. If you're not in the squad yet, you consider this my sales pitch to get you in here. I've been a trainer for 6+ years, and everyone that I've taken through this process, when they listen and they track themselves for 2 weeks, they go into the metabolic restoration, they go into the fat loss accelerator and learn how to make it a lifestyle, they stick with those results forever. So if you want to join in on the squad, you can comment down below or you can send me a DM. Just say the word squad and I'll send you the information, see how we can help you out. Squad, thank you for joining me on this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like it, send some fire, ask your questions down below. And remember, y'all, it's not hard. It's simply fitness.